It's a scorching July afternoon, and you're exploring the dense, mysterious Amazon rainforest by boat. Your guide points out fascinating sights: a jaguar footprint here, an exotic bird there, when suddenly, the unexpected happens. Your boat tips over, throwing you into the river's calm, warm water. You're a strong swimmer, but as you steady yourself, a question crosses your mind. What are those fish surrounding you? And why are they gathering so quickly? Piranhas are freshwater fish that inhabit South American rivers. Despite their reputation, not all piranhas are bloodthirsty hunters. With over 40 different species, most are actually scavengers, preferring to feed on scraps of meat left by other animals or nibble on plants and insects. However, one species stands out as particularly aggressive: the red-bellied piranha. Unfortunately, it seems you found yourself in the company of this very species. As you take in your surroundings, you notice the water is lower than usual. It's the dry season, which means piranhas gather in larger groups, often hungry and eager for food. Suddenly, you recall a news story from a few years back. In January 2020, more than 30 swimmers were attacked by piranhas in Piranha, Brazil. The authorities had to post warnings to keep people out of the water. The memory sends a shiver down your spine, and you realize that if you're not careful, you might become the next headline. But there's no time to dwell on that now. Instead, you focus on what you need to do to get out of this situation safely. Step 1. Be still. Piranhas are opportunistic hunters, often drawn to animals that appear weak or in distress. If you start to panic and thrash around, you can signal to the piranhas that you're in trouble. Movements like this can attract predators, increasing the risk of an attack. So, despite the adrenaline coursing through your body, you keep your movements slow and deliberate, resisting the urge to swim frantically. Step 2. Recognize their behavior. Before you start thinking about escape routes, it's essential to understand piranha behavior. While many people think of piranhas as ruthless predators, they're generally more focused on scavenging. They tend to attack when they feel threatened or when they are in a feeding frenzy. This frenzy can be triggered by blood in the water or by a perceived weakness, such as injury or panic. If you can keep calm and still, you're less likely to draw their attention. Remember, while they can be dangerous, they often prefer to avoid larger animals like humans. Your goal is to blend in and minimize any signs of distress. Step 3. Don't make noise. Red-bellied piranhas are highly sensitive to sound, using their sharp hearing to locate potential prey. When one piranha finds food, it can signal others with acoustic communication, creating a feeding frenzy within moments. To avoid attracting their attention, you keep as quiet as possible. No yelling, no splashing, just steady, controlled movements. Every little sound could be a cue for them to close in. Step 4. Swim to deeper water. Interestingly, scientists believe that piranha attacks on humans have become more common in recent years due to changes in river environments, such as the construction of dams. These dams slow down the water flow, creating ideal swimming spots for people, but also perfect hunting grounds for piranhas. To give yourself a better chance of escape, you move quietly toward deeper, cooler water where the current is stronger. Strong currents can be dangerous, but in this case, they're your ally, helping you put distance between you and the piranhas. Understanding the piranha's feeding habits. Piranhas have evolved unique feeding habits suited to their environment. Contrary to their aggressive reputation, these fish typically only bite in short bursts, quickly retreating after each nip. Studies have shown that they're actually more cautious when approaching larger animals, as they prefer easy, low-risk prey. Their powerful jaws and razor-sharp teeth are indeed formidable, but they're tools designed for scavenging as much as hunting. The red-bellied piranha's notorious feeding frenzy happens mainly in times of food scarcity, when they're competing with each other for every scrap. In such conditions, they lose their usual caution, and this is when people are most at risk. Understanding these patterns can make a big difference when navigating piranha territory. If you're calm, avoid disturbing them, and move strategically, you're far less likely to become a target. Step 5. Protect your hands and feet. Your hands and feet are especially vulnerable, as they're usually exposed in water. In the future, wearing protective gear like thick gloves and solid shoes could make a huge difference if you ever find yourself in a similar situation. Piranhas tend to go for softer, more accessible areas, so covering these parts of your body can reduce the severity of any potential bites. While this might not stop them entirely, it could mean fewer injuries if you're ever in piranha-infested waters again. The piranha myth. You might remember stories of piranhas as the ultimate aquatic supervillains, capable of stripping a cow down to bones within minutes. This myth was popularized by former President Theodore Roosevelt, who described witnessing a staged feeding frenzy in his book, Through the Brazilian Wilderness. In reality, piranhas aren't nearly as terrifying as they're often made out to be. While they can be aggressive most of the time, they're more afraid of humans than we are of them. They're unlikely to attack unless they're in particularly large groups, feeling threatened or protecting a nest. As you swim further from the frenzy, the piranhas begin to lose interest, eventually dispersing back into the depths of the Amazon River. You breathe a sigh of relief, grateful to have avoided becoming a meal. However, the Amazon is home to many other dangers, from caimans lurking near the banks to deadly parasites hidden in the water. While piranhas may not be the deadliest creatures in these waters, staying alert is essential. After all, the Amazon is a place where survival depends on both knowledge and respect for the wild.